to true enlightenment. The patriarch's voice was like thunder echoing through the halls of the temple, and his words were as precious as pearls, each one a gem of wisdom. Sun Wukong listened intently, absorbing every word. He knew that this was the opportunity he had been waiting for, the chance to learn the secrets that would set him on the path to immortality. The patriarch spoke of the three vehicles of Buddhism and the subtle truths of the myriad dharmas, and as he did so, Sun Wukong felt his understanding deepen. However, Sun Wukong's progress was not without its challenges. His fellow disciples, envious of his rapid advancement, often sought to undermine him. They whispered rumors about his past as a mere monkey and questioned his right to be among them. But Sun Wukong remained steadfast, focusing on his studies and ignoring the petty jealousies that surrounded him. One evening, as the patriarch was about to retire for the night, he called Sun Wukong to his chambers. "Sun Wukong," he said, "you have shown great promise, but there is still much you need to learn. Tonight, I will teach you the way of the cloud somersault, which will allow you to travel great distances in the blink of an eye." Sun Wukong was overjoyed. He knew that this was a rare and powerful technique, one that would be invaluable in his quest for knowledge. The patriarch instructed him to come to his chambers at the stroke of midnight for a private lesson. Sun Wukong, filled with anticipation, waited until the temple was quiet and then made his way to the patriarch's chambers. As he entered, he found the patriarch sitting in meditation, his eyes closed. Sun Wukong knelt before him, waiting for the lesson to begin. The patriarch, without opening his eyes, began to speak. To master the cloud somersault, you must first understand that it is not just a physical skill, but a state of mind. You must be one with the clouds, feeling their movement and becoming a part of their journey. Sun Wukong listened carefully, committing every word to memory. The patriarch then demonstrated the technique, and Sun Wukong watched in awe as he leapt into the air and disappeared into the clouds. He knew that this was the moment of truth, the moment when he would take his first step into the clouds. With the patriarch's guidance, Sun Wukong learned to control his body and merge with the clouds, allowing him to travel vast distances with ease. He practiced tirelessly, and soon he was able to leap from one end of the mountain to the other in a single bound. As the years passed, Sun Wukong's mastery of the cloud somersault grew, and with it, his confidence. He knew that he was now truly on the path to immortality, and he was grateful to the patriarch for his teachings. However, he also knew that there was still much more to learn, and that his journey was far from over. Sun Wukong's time at the temple of the patriarch Bodhi was a transformative period in his life. It was here that he gained the skills and knowledge that would define him as a hero, and it was here that he began to understand the true nature of power and wisdom. As he prepared to leave the temple and continue his journey, he knew that he would carry the lessons of the patriarch with him always. And so, with a final bow to his master, Sun Wukong leaped into the clouds and disappeared from sight, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. His time at the Bodhi mountain had prepared him well, and he was eager to put his new skills to the test. As he soared through the sky, he knew that he was no longer just a monkey. He was Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, and his adventures had only just begun. In the mystical realm of ancient China, where gods and demons roamed freely, there existed a legendary figure known as Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. Born from a magical stone on the mountain of flowers and fruit, Wukong was no ordinary monkey. He possessed incredible strength, agility, and intelligence, and he was determined to carve out his own destiny in a world filled with challenges and adversaries. After years of training under the wise patriarch Subhuti, Sun Wukong had mastered the art of transformation and acquired various magical skills. However, despite his formidable powers, he felt an emptiness within him. He sought a weapon that could match his strength and serve as an extension of his will. Thus, he set out on a quest to find the legendary Ruyi Jingu Bang, a magical staff that could change its size at his command. His journey led him to the Eastern Sea, where the Dragon King Ao Guang ruled over the underwater palace. Wukong arrived at the palace, demanding a weapon worthy of his might. The Dragon King, recognizing the Monkey King's power, presented him with various weapons, but none satisfied Wukong's expectations. Frustrated, he insisted that there must be something more powerful hidden in the depths of the palace. Reluctantly, the Dragon King revealed the Rui Jingu Bang, a massive iron staff that had once been used by the legendary Yu the Great to control the Great Flood. When Wukong approached the staff, it recognized his power and shrank to a manageable size, allowing him to wield it effortlessly. Overjoyed, Wukong declared the staff his own, and with it, he felt invincible. Returning to the Mountain of Flowers and Fruit, Sun Wukong showcased his newfound weapon to the other monkeys. He transformed into a giant, wielding the staff with ease, and commanded it to grow until it touched the heavens. The display of power was awe-inspiring, and the demon kings of the surrounding caves quickly submitted to his rule. Wukong reveled in his newfound authority, proclaiming himself the great sage equaling heaven. As the great sage, Wukong ruled over the monkeys and the surrounding demons with a mix of wisdom and mischief. He held grand feasts and celebrations, and his reputation spread far and wide. However, his reign was not without challenges. The celestial beings in heaven grew wary of his growing power and influence, fearing that he might disrupt the balance of the universe. One day, the Jade Emperor, the ruler of heaven, summoned his advisors to discuss the threat posed by Sun Wukong. They decided that he must be brought under control before he could cause any more chaos. The Jade Emperor sent a delegation of powerful celestial warriors to confront the Monkey King and remind him of his place in the cosmic order. When the celestial warriors arrived at the Mountain of Flowers and Fruit, they found Wukong reveling with his subjects. Unfazed by their presence, he challenged them to a duel, confident in his abilities. The warriors, led by the formidable heavenly king Li Jing and the child god Neja, engaged Wukong in battle. However, they quickly realized that they were no match for the Monkey King's speed and strength. Wukong fought with unparalleled ferocity, wielding the Rui Jingu Bang with precision. He transformed into various forms, confusing his opponents and evading their attacks. The battle raged on, and the celestial warriors began to lose hope of defeating him. In a desperate attempt to subdue the Monkey King, they called upon the power of the heavens, summoning lightning and thunder to strike him down. But Wukong was undeterred. He leaped into the air, dodging the celestial attacks with ease, and retaliated with his own magical spells. The ground shook as he unleashed his power, and the celestial warriors found themselves overwhelmed. One by one, they fell before the might of the Monkey King. Realizing that brute force alone would not suffice, the Jade Emperor decided to employ a different strategy. He sent the Buddha himself to confront Sun Wukong. The Buddha, known for his wisdom and compassion, approached the Monkey King with a calm demeanor. "Great sage," he said, "your power is indeed impressive, but true strength lies not in domination, but in understanding and harmony." Wukong, intrigued by the Buddha's words, listened intently. The Buddha proposed a challenge. If Wukong could leap out of his palm, he would grant him a place in the heavens. Eager to prove himself, Wukong accepted the challenge and leaped into the air with all his might. He soared higher and higher, believing he had escaped the Buddha's grasp. However, when he landed, he found himself at the foot of 5 great pillars, which he believed marked the edge of the universe. In a moment of arrogance, he tagged one of the pillars with his name and urinated at the base of another, declaring his dominance. When Wukong returned to the Buddha, he demanded his reward. The Buddha smiled and revealed that the 5 pillars were actually his fingers, and Wukong had never truly escaped. With a swift motion, the Buddha turned his palm, trapping Wukong beneath it and transforming him into the 5 Elements Mountain, where he would remain imprisoned for centuries. Despite his imprisonment, Wukong's spirit remained unbroken. He vowed to escape and reclaim his place in the world. After 600 years, he was finally released during the Tang dynasty to assist the monk Xuanzang on a pilgrimage to retrieve sacred scriptures from India. The Bodhisattva Guanyin, recognizing Wukong's potential for redemption, provided him with a golden headband that would tighten around his head whenever Xuanzang recited a specific incantation, keeping his unruly nature in check. As Wukong joined Xuanzang on his journey, he encountered various demons and monsters, each seeking to thwart their mission. However, with the Ruyi Jingu Bang by his side and the lessons learned from his time in the heavens, Wukong faced each challenge with courage and cunning. He fought fiercely, using his magical abilities and the power of the staff to protect his master and defeat their foes. Throughout their journey, Wukong's character evolved. He learned the value of teamwork and humility, growing from a rebellious trickster into a loyal protector. His bond with Xuanzang deepened, and he began to understand the importance of compassion and selflessness. As they traveled through treacherous landscapes and faced formidable enemies, Wukong's reputation as a hero grew. He became known not only as the Monkey King, but also as a champion of justice and righteousness. The Ruyi Jingu Bang, once a symbol of his desire for power, transformed into a tool for protecting the innocent and upholding the principles of good. Eventually, after overcoming countless trials and tribulations, Wukong and Xuanzang successfully retrieved the sacred scriptures and returned to China. Their journey was celebrated, and Wukong was finally recognized for his contributions. The Buddha, pleased with Wukong's growth, granted him the title of Victorious Fighting Buddha, acknowledging his transformation from a rebellious spirit to a protector of the faith. In the end, Sun Wukong's quest for power led him to a greater understanding of himself and the world around him. The Ruyi Jingu Bang, once a mere weapon, became a symbol of his journey toward enlightenment. He had learned that true strength lies not in domination, but in the ability to protect and uplift others. As the Monkey King settled into his new role, he continued to watch over the mortal world, ensuring that balance and harmony prevailed. His adventures became legendary, inspiring generations to come. Sun Wukong, the great sage equaling heaven, had found his place in the cosmos, not as a ruler, but as a guardian of peace and justice. In the land of the Tang dynasty, there lived a man named Chen Guangrui, a scholar of great intellect and virtue. He was the son of a humble fisherman from Haizhu, but his destiny was far from ordinary. Chen was a man of extraordinary talent, and his brilliance shone so brightly that it led him to achieve the highest honor a scholar could attain.